All right, ladies and gentlemen, he's arrived.
What's going on, my brother? It's good to talk to you, man.
Same here. He's known as DukeOden7458 on YouTube. Make sure you check him out.
Yes, sir.
So, wanted to talk, and that's El DukeOden7458.
Appreciate the shout out, my friend. Appreciate the shout out. Appreciate that.
All right, man. We want to talk a little Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua.
It's a crazy subject right now in the mind. It's got the YTBC and I guess the LDBC and all these channels just going crazy, man. It's a wild place now, man, with this fight going on, or trying to get this fight to happen, man.
Yeah, man. Opinions are split down the middle. I mean, and then you got that small section who they don't know which way to go. So big news a couple of weeks ago, and this is all my fault. We should have did this collaboration a couple of weeks ago, but oddly enough, the news is still the same. I mean, we haven't heard anything, and I just want to get your take. Let me give you the floor. Just what's your thoughts on the whole thing?
Well, my take on it is right now, the less that we hear is probably better, because that means they're probably actually negotiating the fight at this point. I didn't like the way Team Wilder put everything out in the media, because it actually looked, basically like they were just trying to make it look like a front. I like when Eddie Hearn came out and said we're not going to make the fight in the media. You haven't heard Shelly Finkel. You haven't heard Deontay Wilder. You haven't heard really anybody from that team talking. So that kind of makes me feel like that the fight is going to happen. I don't think Joshua is scared. I don't think Wilder's scared. I do think there are people on both teams that are a little weary about making the fight, to be honest. But I believe the fighters want to make the fight happen.
Okay. And you think, so you're leaning to it's going to happen in 2018?
I'm leaning towards the fight's probably going to happen in 2018. I would think so. I did see where Eddie Hearn was met with Rybinsky or whatever, the millionaire, Povetkin's manager or whatever, promoter. But I think he may have been meeting with him about step aside. I really do. I think the fight's going to happen. I'm kind of weary, though, a little bit, because the Dominic Brazil things got me kind of shook. But I haven't heard anything official on that fight happening next. But I think it's going to happen, to be honest.
I'm going the other way. I think we're being sold a bill of goods.
Wow.
Yeah. See, but let me say this, and I have changed a little bit too. I'm gonna give a slight lean. I'm still believing we're not going to see this anytime soon, but I've started to lean just because of what you said. We haven't heard anything, especially from Wilder, who's always vocal, and it's like, wait a minute, where you at, man? But
he's not saying nothing.
So let's do a little background. There was an offer made. This was a few Wednesdays ago, and I'm using the word offer loosely because an email was sent, basically telling AJ, you must agree by the end of the day, the next day. And then there was a date. After that kind of did whatever it did, there was a date where Hearn was going to meet Team Wilder's people, and then the date got changed, and then is it a fake offer? What's going on? Then a canceled meeting until the offer is accepted. And I'm like, well, what's going on? And they're like, well, it must be. And then in the email, the offer was, you got to agree by Thursday, the next day. It must be the very next fight. There's no rematch clause. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Any champion with any sense at all, you're going to have a rematch clause. Like what kind of terms are we dictated here. I mean, how did you? First of all, how did you feel about the email, and then
I feel like I feel like the whole email offer thing was kind of a publicity stunt in my eyes. Because a fight of that magnitude, you would want to do a rematch, no matter who wins or who loses. You know what I mean? That's like Canelo and Triple G not rematching. I mean, why would you not want to make that money? So to me, I thought it was just a publicity stunt. I like the way Eddie Hearn handled it because any businessman would never accept the offer without seeing the contract. I mean, you wouldn't buy a car without, seeing the car first. You know what I mean? It's just some things in business.
Yeah,
it's just some things in business. That's not the way business is operated. And I think they knew that, but so many people fell for it and they ran with it that AJ was scared to fight him because it was $50 million. Well, where are you getting them? Where's the money coming from? It's not going to be where we're just going to sign this paperwork and then you got to try to scrounge up the money, or you can pay me the money. You can pay me $500 for the next 50 million years. You know what I mean? So to me, it just to me it seemed like a big publicity stunt in my eyes. I wish Team Wilder wouldn't have did it because I did see an interview with Lou DiBella where he was saying that deals are not made over email, but yet they turned around and sent the email like the next day with an offer. So to me, it was just a load of crap, and I like the way Hearn handled it. I didn't like the way they did it, but they're just trying to win over the fans at this point because they don't want to look like they're the ones who won the fight.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. It's like I want my fans to believe a certain thing. Now, hey, AJ's scared. How come he's not accepting the offer? Well, first of all, there's in legal terms, there are written agreements, but there are also verbal agreements. And if you give what, let's say, the courts deal or determine to be a verbal agreement to what you don't know, like you said, this could be $50 million over X amount of years, and everybody's like, he needs to sign. Based off of what? An email? And then, as you said, Eddie Hearn said, show me a contract. And then all I have is some key questions. Where will it be? When will it be? I mean, just simple questions. So, and then the offer came from the boxer, Deontay Wilder, not from a promoter, but from Deontay. And Deontay doesn't have that type of money.
I agree.
So the red flags went up. And it's like, no rematch. Sign right away. 24 hours to accept. So it's like having a house, a house that's worth $500,000, and then you bump into a guy on the streets. Hey man, listen, if you agree right now, I'll sell you this $500,000 house for $50,000, man. Just agree with it. And come on, man. So all right, so we seem to be on the same page, but some people are like, who cares? Agree to the money amount. You don't ask any other. Go ahead.
That makes me wonder, though, how many of these people that are boxing fans actually are successful in life. Because if you think that Anthony Joshua was to sign that contract, I mean, how are you living your life? I mean, what standards, what rules do you live by in your life as far as a house, a car? I mean, will you just settle for anything? Can I just come up to you and sell you anything and you'll buy it? I mean, it's crazy, man.
I couldn't agree more. So let me ask you this. So, like you said, Hearn is like, show me the money, and then the way you do that is like a contract. Put it on paper and fax it to me. So people are like, you don't ask other fighters to show you the money. I mean, why are you asking Deontay? But that's not true. That's because no other fighter. First of all, no other fighter is doing no dumb shit like this. But for the record,
hey, watch your cussing, man. Your sister might be listening. You gotta watch your cussing, brother.
Oh. I'm sorry. You're right. And happy belated Mother's Day to the one female listener I have, my sister. And I tell you something, Duke Oden, she probably doesn't listen anymore, but it's okay.
Oh man.
But listen, for the record, people do ask opponents' teams to show them the money. I'm going to take you back to Manny Pacquiao.
Mm-hmm.
Remember how Manny Pacquiao was going to fight Amir Khan in Dubai for all this big money. And Bob Arum said, it's not going to happen. And Team Pacquiao said, yes, it is going to happen. And then Bob Arum told the Dubai people, okay, show me the money. And we never heard from Dubai again. So, and that was the end of that. And then Manny wound up fighting Jeff Horn instead of Amir Khan, and the rest is history. So, Deontay didn't have a contract. This is an email. So let me ask you this. So here's my question. You want me to agree to an email in less than 24 hours? I mean, where's the contract, DukeOden? Where's the contract?
Also, another problem with that was they sent the contract to Eddie Hearn when he was in New York and not even around Anthony Joshua. Sent the email while Eddie Hearn was in New York, and he couldn't even meet with AJ face-to-face to even talk about nothing.
But it doesn't matter. They could have met with him in New York. They could have.
I agree. I agree.
And then he could have took whatever from that meeting and said, Anthony, here's what, because boxing is backwards. The promoter is supposed to work for the fighter. The fighter isn't supposed to work for the promoter, but in most cases, the promoter walks away with a lot more money. Well, I'm going to bring Manny Pacquiao up again. He's saying that his deal with
Top Rank
Arum is over. Top Rank is over, and Arum is like, well, no, it's not. And Manny's like, yes, it is. And so because of a bad tax situation and just history, the idea was that Manny's not going to fight in the United States again, or if he does, he has to probably train elsewhere, because Uncle Sam, when you step foot in United States territory, you're working. So Manny, people wonder why would Manny spend some of his camp in the Philippines and then come the last few weeks to the Freddie Roach gym? Is because X amount of weeks in the United States, you got to pay tax on it. It's like a job I used to have. We had United Airline employees, and a lot of the employees were from other countries, and they would the flight would start in China or Japan or what have you, and then they would come to the United States, right? Have a 30-minute layover in the United States, and then go wherever they were going. And Uncle Sam said, for that 30-minute layover, you got to pay taxes because you're working in the United States. And then 30, 40 years from now, when they retire, they come back to the United States for one day, and we give them a Social Security number, and then they collect their retirement off the taxes they paid. It's crazy, but that's how.
That is crazy.
Yes, Uncle Sam.
I never thought about it like that with Manny Pacquiao in that situation. I never thought about it like that.
Yes. So, okay. So in order for this fight to go down, Joshua would have to get some type of exemption from my man is the mandatory for the
Pacquiao.
Is it his WBA?
WBO, I think. Is it WBO?
Okay. And then, which, to me, if you're a sanctioning body and you have this alleged $100 million fight, you give the exemption, because the sanctioning bodies, I don't care what they say, their job is to make money off these champions. So if you're going to get 3% of $100 million or $50 million per fighter, then I'm like, yeah, sure enough, you can have this exemption.
Yeah, you got to give it to them.
Got to give it to them. I can't see them fighting that unless.
So
let me ask you this, because I haven't heard anybody answer this question. So the Deontay Wilder offer to Anthony Joshua, because Deontay and them believed it was a $100 million fight, and Hearn was like, well, it's more like whatever. It's not that much. So the Wilder offer, let's say if it was true, A, where do you think the money would have come from? And B, everybody's talking about the $50 million offer to AJ, but then how much would Deontay make if 50 is going to, like, and where would that other 50 for Deontay? Like, I'm trying to.
To me, I'm the thing that worried me, and I think it worried Eddie Hearn too, was that Al Heyman had got that money off of that. Well, I don't know if it was a trust fund or where he got the money from when he started the PBC.
That investment.
Investment fund. He blew through a lot of that money on the front end because he was trying to buy airtime. He was trying to buy airtime and do it that way. As you saw him blowing through the money, you could see the shows started to get smaller. First, it started out with a lot of shows on TV, and it went less and less and less. So he blew through a lot of that money. So to me, I don't think at this point, I don't think it's $100 million fight. I don't. I don't.
I don't either. But two things. When Alan Heyman and
Reed and Waddle. That's it.
Reed and Waddell. Yeah. No,
Reed and Waddell.
It's Waddell and Reed.
Waddell and Reed. That's it.
Number one, what Alan Heyman, that's his name. What he initially thought was, after he bought airtime and put enough of these fights on, he would get these sponsors who would back him, and then he wouldn't have to buy the airtime. That's number one, because now your sponsors would cover the cost of the airtime with their commercials. That part started to happen, but then it just disappeared. The second thing is I tell you, one distraction, and I forgot something. Something distracted me. I forgot the second point I was trying to make, but it'll come back to me. But a lot of these fighters were getting these astronomical salaries for fighting. Now that's tied to this contract he has, which says, if I pay you X amount of money, if I pay you like this amount, and it's a different amount for each fighter, then your contract automatically renews for another 2 years. So it's you can never really get out of your contract. And then if you sue, you have to sue in California or Ohio.
Oh, wow.
And you incur the costs for the lawyers, my lawyers as well as yours. And it's just, so now that he can't pay them that big money, guys are kind of the only one that really laid him out, and I know of a couple of guys who've spoken to me. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to put them out there. I'll probably tell you off the call.
Yeah,
but Vanis Martirosyan, he was one of them. Go ahead.
No, I don't mean to cut you off, but I was shocked that he left Al because he was getting a lot of good fights because Al's got most of the guys at 154. So for him to leave Al, I was like, man, it must be something, there had to be something going on for him to leave Heyman.
Yep.
Because Heyman's got most of the guys at 154.
True. And if you're going to leave Al Heyman, just leave Al Heyman. But I'm telling you, he was laying a wood to him. Oh man, F this and blah blah this he ain't this, and I'm like, man, he must have. So now Lou DiBella, who's let me think of a nice word for Lou.
Oh man,
let's just say Lou's doing, Lou's been, he's doing the dirty work, but he's not even a promoter anymore. He's handling more
event coordinator or something.
PR, right?
Look,
right.
I heard he's an event coordinator. That's what I heard.
Right. He's just he's a facilitator. He's kind of like Leonard Ellaby now, man. He on the conference calls, he's doing what the PR people should do. He's kind of hosting the call and, okay, guys, we got Deontay on the call, and I feel bad because Deontay Wilder, between DiBella,
Finkel,
Heyman, and Shelley Finkel, See, DeBella and Shelley Finkel, when they came into the business, they were probably about making a name for themselves, but yet doing the right thing so they can build up their roster and what have you of people. Correct. But now, I mean, our alleged founding fathers, they created these laws hundreds of years ago, and these laws, when you look at them, still work except for one thing, and that one thing is greed. And I feel bad because they're going to mess. Deontay is not the brightest guy in the world, but I'm going to give him credit for one thing. He has been a one-person marketing tool, because they're not – look, you're talking about the United States heavyweight champion of the world. He represents this country. He's 40-0, 39 knockouts. And I say his name to some people, and they like – and then I show a picture. They're like, he's a basketball player? And I'm like, nah. They don't know him. And I'm like, nobody has marketed you, man. I mean, more people know that they might not know Gervonta Davis's name, but they'll either A, know the name Tank, or B, hey, that's that light-skinned kid that fights.
Yeah.
How about Wilder?
Yeah, Wilder's done a hell of a job promoting himself. I mean, he's basically been doing it on Instagram and Twitter, basically off social media, to be honest. And he's doing a hell of a job. I got to give him his props for that. I just wonder if he had a real team behind him that was pushing him, because he's an exciting fighter, man. He gives us what we want to see, knockouts. That's what most people want to see when they tune in to watch a boxing match. We want to see, we don't mind seeing a 12-round matchup where guys going back and forth with footwork and, chest moves and back and forth. Most casual fans want to see a knockout. And he should be appealing to more casual fans than he is right now.
Yes. And Alan Heyman, he's staying in his lane a little bit. Now, there's one thing that scares me, and I'm hoping it doesn't happen. But before I say that, he's kind of staying in his lane, and so he's let a couple of guys sign with promoters that he's managed / advised. I mean, I wish he would just kind of be more manager than anything, but he was playing kind of. He's a silent promoter also. It's just the DeBellas and the Kings and the King Boxings and whoever else. They're the mouthpiece for him. I'm one of the few people that have heard Alan Heyman talk. I'll tell you about that story offline, man. But anyway,
wow, that's awesome.
Back to, yeah. It was by fluke, but I'll tell you what. But going back to the thing, man, he's if he continues to stay in his lane and then he allows Eddie Hearn to say, hey, I see about 5 guys I want to sign: Keith Thurman, the Charlo brothers, Deontay Wilder, so on and so forth. Then they have a promoter. Then they have a guy that's going to – you'll know – well, at the worst, they'll know who he is in the UK. But
I agree.
Which they do anyway. They follow boxing more and get behind their athlete more than we do over here. But I'm starting to wonder if Alan Heyman is about to have another $1 billion to play with, because I'm wondering if him and Eddie Hearn, I'm just wondering if, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, he got something up his sleeve. Heyman does. I just wonder if it's this. They started out. Go ahead.
That would be totally interesting if it did. That would be insane if that happened in that manner that you just spoke of.
Yeah, and I'm not I'm not completely sold on Hearn either. Like, hey man, show me, I need some more details about this streaming thing, because
I agree.
At the press conference, he made it sound like it's not going to cost you anything, but I'm like, nah, it's going to be.
I thought they said it was like $20 a month or something.
See, but that was the after. That was the aftermath. Like before,
Okay.
like when you heard it, you was like, "How are you going to do this without?" Oh, well, what he's doing is it's kind of like purchasing. It's like subscriptions almost,
Yeah.
and but yeah, but I'm gonna
Is
say
it
it like
almost?
this. Go ahead.
Is it almost like Top Rank is trying to do with this ESPN Plus app or whatever? With the Terrence Crawford and Horn fight is gonna be on an app.
Right.
Through
That's
ESPN.
correct. That's $4.99 a month, and so is
Okay.
They're also going to show Billy Joe Saunders' next fight with Martin Murray. That's going to be on ESPN Plus too.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
And I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's the same month of June as. So I'll pay $4.99 if I can.
It's worth it.
If I can cut it off after a month after I see those two fights, then I'll go ahead and do it. But what Hearn is promising, if he's talking about 16 cards, like, or is it 12? 12.
I think I think it's 16, but some of them gonna be like supposed to be like pay-per-view like matchup.
No. He's saying 12 of them is going to be great, and 4 of them is going to be like beyond great, like that pay-per-view type stuff, right? Now, I'm still getting that for my 20 though, right? Not having to pay a pay-per-view. That's the idea. And then how is the United States, like, is my region going to have this streaming thing, or do I have to, like, how is that going to work? Because I would rather watch it on a television set and not a phone or a computer, man.
Yeah.
Without buying extra cables and stuff. Go ahead.
My question is, will it be like will we get the 16 British fights also? Will we get those too with that package? Because it's 16 in America and 16 in Great Britain, right?
You're saying?
I think so. I think it's a total of 32 fights, I think. The whole deal.
Well, for $1 billion, man, I would hope that if it's just 16, that everybody's able to, wherever they're at, to see it. That's a good, but these are questions, and you just made my point. We need more. We got more questions. We need more answers, and in the coming months, I guess we'll get them.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. We'll see. So, all right. So, at least we're in agreement that this
yeah, you didn't know if we was gonna be in agreement. You thought we was gonna be at odds about this Deontay Wilder thing. I thought
this Deontay Wilder thing, right? The only thing we don't agree on is when it'll happen. And my thing, look, initially this was a 2-fight deal where Deontay would get 12.5, and even if he lost, he would come back and the least he would get, even as the loser, would be 12.5 for the second fight. But he might have got more depending on how it did, and then how the demand. My thoughts are, I think this either happens in 2019 or it doesn't happen. And like Lennox Lewis or Riddick Bowe. The reason I say what I think they're negotiating, I could be totally wrong because it scares me that they're quiet, is that it's a 3-fight deal. Okay.
Oh wow.
You fight each other first, and then the loser kind of needs a tune-up to get his confidence back, and then the winner can take a mandatory or whatever, and then fight each other again like a year later. Now, if that happens, then it probably will happen in 2018. Or it could be we each going to take a fight prior to and the reason I think that people have floated around I think an October or December date, and the problem I have with that is Anthony Joshua, he fought, what's my man's name? Joseph Parker.
Joseph Parker, yeah.
Right, in March.
March.
So if you fight in October, that's what, 7-8 months off. And I would think both of them would want to have a fight in between before they jump in the ring. And as the clock is ticking, like, and they may still decide on October or December or something like that. But it just, to me, it seems if one guy fought it, both of them fought in March. I think it was like a week apart or 2 weeks apart. And so
AJ and Parker was actually, I think, was it April 2nd? April 1st?
No, it was March 31st, and I think Wilder fought like March 7th.
Be the weekend 24th or something.
Maybe it was. No, it wasn't. Hold up. Wilder fought. Damn. Wilder. Let me see. My man fought. Wilder fought.
Ortiz was like March 2nd or something, I think. Or March 3rd?
March 2nd?
Okay. It was March 3rd because it was my birthday. It was March 3rd.
Okay.
Yep, it was March 3rd. That's when the fight was.
17 and 7 is 24. All right, so.
Jesus Christ. If they fought then, yeah, Wilder got to get a fight in. Both of them got to get a fight in. You're talking about 7-8 months.
Right. Now, boxing has been known to mess things up, though. So if they're
December will be almost 10 months.
Exactly. Which means y'all either got to get this thing signed and do it in a couple of months, or my voice is just totally gone, man. I was at the Lomachenko fight, making a lot of noise, and it's killing me.
Wow.
I ain't gonna talk about Lomachenko, man, because
special, man.
I'll be branded a fanboy, but man, the guy is just.
You just got to give him his props, man. And I don't know about the all-time great. I'm not the type to just see a guy and say, oh, my God, he's the greatest of all time. But right now, of what I see, he may be the most talented fighter. And I'm a Bud Crawford fan. But Bud's resume does not stack up with Lomachenko's. It does not. His resume does not stack up with Lomachenko's right now. That's just the truth to me.
Dude, I got Hall of Famers whose resume is stacking up to this guy, man. But Terrence, he's going to take a step in a few weeks. Horn is out there, man.
Hey, Horn's a big. Hey, people don't understand. Horn's a big, tough, rugged. He's going to try to headbutt Terrence Crawford, but if Terrence Crawford can keep his distance and, use his length, I think he can get Horn out of there. But if Terrence fights on the inside, he's got a chance to get butted and roughed up a little bit, but I still think Bud will win that fight.
I think Terrence is going to fight one round right-handed and fight the rest of the fight lefty. And it's going to be interesting. Horn is, it's not even Horn. It's Horn and his main dude, man. They are talking. My God,
they talking a lot.
Like,
they talking a lot.
He's not scared again and fakes another injury, and I'm sitting there like, let me ask you this.
Horn's really confident, but you can't expect that. They probably tell him to try to sell the fight or whatever. So,
yeah.
Aram got his hand in that Horn pot. He was trying to get that belt. He's trying to get that belt for Bud. So.
That's the other point I was trying to make. You just going back to Manny Pacquiao. Okay, so he says, I'm no longer with Top Rank. And Aram is like, yes, you are. And he's like, no, I'm not. So he's going to fight in Malaysia. Well, so it's Manny Pacquiao Promotions, which is the lead promoter, okay, and then Golden Boy Promotions, because they have Matisse, and then, they still got him, man. So Golden Boy gets their piece. So you get whatever you get, Manny, for the promotion, but Golden Boy is the co-promoter, so they get their piece. Alarm going off in the background, but in order to show it on American TV, and this is where, Manny, they got you again. You splitting the pie 3 ways. Bob Arum owns the TV. Like, he went and said, well, you got to show it on American TV. So now it's going to be on American TV. He got the rights. Now, people might think, oh, what the heck does that mean? Well, let me tell you like this. In order to show Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn from Australia, in order for ESPN to get the live feed, they cut a check for about $10 million to Bob Arum for the show, just for the rights to show Pacquiao's fight. So what I'm saying is, like, have the American feed. So what I'm saying is, Arum could take that $10 million and give Manny his 3 or 4, whatever he gave Manny for the fight against Horn, and then he still got millions to play with. So it's like I sat down some years ago with Michael Bivens from what do you call Belle Biv DeVoe, and he owned the licensing to Boys to Men, and so everybody was like, well, so what? Like, you own licensing. What does that mean? And he showed the group that was there a $2.4 million check and a $3.7 million check, and he was like, this is licensing. And everybody was like, damn. That's crazy. So Arum was going to get his piece. De La Hoya is going to get his piece, and then Manny gets whatever's left. I'm like, dude, they got you again, man. They're splitting the pie 3 ways on you. So you are with Top Rank. I mean, even if you're not.
Yeah, so Bob's gonna get his one way or another. So you don't say you're not with me. So I'm gonna get mine on the back. I don't know. You know, to be honest, I don't know why Pacquiao even. I don't even know why he re-signed with Bob the last time.
Because
just think how much money he would have gotten if he did the Mayweather fight without Bob.
Because it's the oldest trick in the book. Don King used to sign people, and he'd be like, listen, man, I don't know if I can give you as much money as them, but I got this sack right here full of money for, like, just take this $30,000 and sign the contract. And people would see that bag of money. So Bob would front Manny Pacquiao money when he needed some.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here you go, Manny. Here's $2 million. Just pay me back when you. And when it came time, so he was like, but you know, just sign. And he'd take the money and say, okay, Bob, I'll just pay you back out of my purse. You just take out what you need. But because he had cash on hand, and Manny's like, well, I need some money, he'd do it, and he'd resign. And so, and then if Michael Kahns was kind of skeptical, Arum would step to Kahns and be like, look, man, I need you to sign. Let me tell you about, okay, I'll give you a better one. Even with Floyd Jr. Okay, Floyd Mayweather Jr., he doesn't fight outside of Vegas. So here's what if you don't think Al Heyman talks, trust me, you just never heard of him. Al will go to the MGM and say, listen, we got an offer for Floyd to fight in New York. He's never fought at Madison Square Garden. We got an offer for Floyd to fight at Texas from the Cowboys owner. Mm-hmm. And these are sweet deals. And Floyd's really thinking about fighting in Texas. Well, Floyd's never thinking about fighting in Texas. That's just what Arum goes to the MGM and tells them. Listen, man, Floyd's thinking about fighting in Texas. He's thinking about fighting in New York. And they're like, well, wait a minute. Floyd brings in so much money when he fights here. What can we do, Al? And Al say, okay, I tell you what. Give me $5 million and then book me like a block of like 100 rooms at the MGM for my friends and family, and I'll convince Floyd to stay and fight here.
Wow.
And then he takes that money. It works every time. And he never says anything to Floyd, and he never says anything because Floyd was never going to fight in New York or Dallas. He just had the MGM thinking that, oh no, we can't let him go. What do we do, Al? Well, give me another $10 million, and then I'll talk to Floyd, and I'll talk him out of it. Sure, Al. So
that's slick business, though, man. That's slick business.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Slick business. Can't blame him for it. You gotta get it how you can get it.
And I'm sure that $8 million or that $5 million that he asked for, when that Pacquiao fight and when that McGregor fight came, that number probably doubled because of the amount of man. It's look, I ain't mad at him. I'm just like,
nah, man. You gotta get it how you live, man. Boxing is a dirty business, man.
And you gotta play dirty,
dude. And you gotta play dirty. That's what people don't understand, man. It's a business. At the end of the day, it's a business. Dude's not going out there to get knocked out for free. Dudes want to get paid, man. And that's just part of it, man. It's a business. I know as fans, we all say, well, they should take this fight. And, this guy should fight the top-ranked guy every fight. The next fight, he should fight another pound for pound, and another pound for pound fight. That's just not how it works, man. It's a business.
That's right.
It's a business. The only guy that's doing that, trying to do that, is Lomachenko at this point, who's trying to fight. Him and AJ probably the only guys that's trying to fight, top champions every damn fight.
Man, Lomachenko going on a one-man destruction tour. He don't care who it is. I'm telling you, if he fights Beltran next, he makes history because it's a unification at 135. So that's history. Then you fight Manny Pacquiao if he beats Lucas Matisse at one, because it's at welterweight and it's a belt. Now you can go to another weight class and get another belt fighting Pacquiao because he can't really fight any of the other 147 pounds. They're just too big. So yes, if people want to use the term cherry pick, that whatever, that right there. Look, Manny won the belt. It's an opportunity, and he goes there, and it's a win for it. Like, to be honest, it's a high risk, high reward for Lomachenko, because if he loses, they like, man, you lost to Pacquiao. But this will be the first time Pacquiao, and probably you could count how many years that Pacquiao might come into the ring, the bigger guy.
Yeah, but I saw Lomachenko when I saw an interview with Lomachenko, and he said that if he fought Pacquiao, he wanted it to be at like 135.
Well,
but this was before he moved up to 135. This was around the Rigo fight time when he was talking about that fight. He said he didn't know if he can make 147 or 140. So we'll see. He said maybe they can meet at a catch weight at like 138 or something like that.
I think somebody going to get to him and say,
man,
listen,
147, that's oh my God.
Right, but see, Manny ain't going to step in. Well, Manny might come in at 142, 145. Whatever Manny does is Manny does, but I'm telling you, if this dude really is going to chase greatness, and he goes and gets a title at 147, but it can only be Manny, because the rest of them guys are too big. Then fight Mikey or whatever. Then go to 140, the weight class you skip, if there's a champion y'all feel is somebody you can take. And when there, dude, you could put all that all-time great stuff to rest. But even if he doesn't do that, and he just goes to Mikey Garcia, who, yes, he hits a lot harder than Linares, but I see some hope.
The thing with Mikey is I'm not sure Mikey's kind of can be, to me, sometimes robotic. And I'm not sure if he's going to be able to deal with that movement. I just don't know if he's going to be able to do it. Now, Mikey does punch hard. But, man, Mikey sometimes, to me, he looks out of shape. He doesn't look. I think Lomachenko can beat Mikey, man. I really do. I'm really leaning towards him. And the best thing that could happen for Lomachenko was to get caught by that straight right hand.
Yep.
That was the best thing that could happen to him, because it showed him, look, you can't just come in on a straight line. The whole fight, he was coming in side-to-side movement. He came in a straight line, and he got caught. That was a good thing to happen to him. And actually, Linares will be bigger maybe than Mikey and Pacquiao were or will come in on fight night.
Yeah, he blew up, man. He blew up.
He was huge.
He was huge, and I think the idea was, like Daniel Jacobs, let me get bigger for this fight, because if I get hit on my chin, I've been stopped a couple of times, but now if somebody hits me on my chin, it's going to be solid. But he didn't count on that body. He didn't count on that body work, man.
And one more thing is Mikey's a counterpuncher. He's not a guy that's going to come out. I think with Lomachenko, it's going to have to be a guy that's going to come out and establish his size and come forward and rough him up. You know what I mean? I don't think it's going to be a guy that's just sitting back waiting on shots, because, I mean, dude's all over the place. So, I really think I really think he's going to beat Mikey. I really do. I really do.
It's going to be interesting. And the good thing about that ESPN deal is they kind of force Bob Arum to, where's the next date, Bob? And he's like, hey, August. He's going to fight again in August. And it's like, I tell you another thing. If Manny, but now he's going to fight August 25th. It's
in L.A., ain't it?
It's in L.A., which
in
L.A. Now, here's the thing. Because Lomachenko don't care. He don't care whose turf he's on. So I think what they're going to try to do, even though I wish it was New York, I think they would probably try to make the Garcia fight in L.A. because he got people. They've both been built up. They both got built up a little bit in New York, but I think I'm not 100% sold on Garcia wanting to fight, for the simple fact that during his comeback, he's taken the easiest guys. Now, Easter, like when he fought the one dude,
that's easy
and then he fought the other guy, and I'm like, well, these are like the easiest two picks. So if what I'm saying is, if Lomachenko fought Manny at 147 and then immediately vacated the belt, don't say, how come you didn't fight? No, ask Garcia the same question.
Nope.
The Broner thing, shit, man.
That's easy work.
Gervonta Davis can probably beat Adrian Broner. I mean, it's right. So I think Mikey is. I'm not 100%. I don't like how he's answered certain questions. Like recently, he just said, "Yeah, I'll fight Lomachenko." I mean, if it's on Showtime, well, wait a minute.
Yeah, already throwing hurdles in there.
Are you a PBC guy or not? Are you a Heyman guy or not? Why would you say it's right? So you're hiding behind Showtime. No, ESPN. And now, who cares about the network? Now you make the call. Where you want it to be? You want me to kick your butt in Texas, California? Because the heat's going to be on him, man. You the bigger guy. I mean, you got all the knockouts. If you catch Loma, hey, all right. Well, he could say, I bit off more than I can chew.
Well,
if you,
go
ahead.
I don't mean to cut you off, but the thing about Mikey that bothered me was Mikey's been at 135. Why is he not the one that fought Linares? Why did Lomachenko have to come up to 135, and that was his first fight at 135?
He hesitated.
Mikey should have been fought Linares. That fight should have been happened.
Yes. He hesitated on that one, too. He's taking the easier dudes, man. I'm telling you.
Definitely.
I'm not convinced, man. It's like I wouldn't call Easter. Maybe I would. Well, no, all right. I ain't going to use the word easy for Easter. But what I will say is I think he's received 2, possibly 3. Am I getting my count wrong? Well, at least 2 gifts in a row. I thought he lost to Fortuna, but
I thought
like
he lost to Comey. I thought the Comey fight was a close fight, in my opinion.
Okay, then it was 3. The Shabakov.
Yeah, Shabakov, Comey, and then the last fight.
But it's like you told me with the last fight. and I didn't even think about it. He was like, hey, they're not gonna give dude the win when he came in over the weight. They're not gonna give
over
it
the
to
weight.
Tuna. So
Yep.
and I was like, yeah, you're right. They're not gonna do that.
No.
So
I think Robert Easter would be a tougher fighter if he used his attributes. He fights with all the reach he has. I'm not sure why he's not fighting behind his damn jab. Makes no sense to me, man.
He got the length and the reach of a middleweight, man. He just
Jesus Christ,
you're right, man.
And dude's on the inside banging like he's goddamn like he's got Lomachenko short arms or something. Dude should be on the outside dominating with his jab. Man, that's crazy, man. He cannot use distance. He just can't use distance.
But every fight that you watch, he does it for one round or two. He looked like Tommy Hearns, and then he just goes right back. I'm like, bruh, you just had a dominant round. Like, I mean, do you blame the trainer?
I think it's his trainer. I think his dad is his trainer, I think. But I heard his dad in the corner. And to me, he wasn't telling him, God damn it, use your jab. Or you're going to get knocked out. Use your jab. Use your strength. He fights like a little guy. And I think that's why Mikey's going to beat him up.
That's in L.A. That's in L.A.
I didn't even, somebody told me about that fight the other day, and to be honest, I had not even heard about it.
Mikey's a diva, man. Mikey ain't leaving L.A. That fight is in L.A. Like, you're bringing Robert East, like,
Texas. It's got to be one.
Has Easter even flown to L.A. before? Yeah, they, I don't know, man.
Trying to see what this fight's going to be at. So possibly December or January.
No, which one?
I must be looking at, okay. Easter versus Garcia Benavidez on the card, July 28th.
Yeah.
July 28th. At the Staples Center.
Yep.
Damn. Yeah, Easter, he damn sure ain't getting no damn decision. Even if he does win the damn fight, he ain't going to get a decision in that one. Jeez Louise.
Not unless Al wants it. If Al wanted, he will, but...
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He ain't going to get it.
That's true. So is Garcia with... He's with Schaefer. I mean, is he with Schaefer? I mean, he seems to be like he's under Schaefer or something. I'm not sure who he's dealing with. He's more Schaefer.
I think well, I'm going to put it to you this way. He's currently negotiating with Eddie Hearn. He's actually negotiating with Eddie, which means, and then he also, I think with that Schaefer thing, I think it might have been a 1-2 fight, like a let me feel you out type of situation. Yeah. If he was with Schaefer, I'm not sure, but there was that's what the talk was back then.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
He just seemed like a Schaefer guy. All the interviews I've seen, he just seems like he's a Schaefer guy more than a Heyman guy. I know he didn't sign with Mayweather. I know Mayweather was trying to get him, but he was like, hell no. I want no part of that.
And he spent two years of his life suing Top Rank to get out of that. And then he kind of just sat it out, waited it out. So
let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. Got a fight coming up this weekend. I've heard some people talk about it. What do you think about the Stevenson Badu Jack fight?
Well, I think it can go one of two ways. When I first heard about it, I thought that Badu Jack could have stole a split decision based on the second half of the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Now when I'm thinking about it, dude, I don't like Adonis Stevenson, man. But
me either, man.
I think you're going to get him, man, because he's an undersized guy who kind of, I think he's just going to be right there for the taking, man. Early at least. Now, if he can,
late.
Man, I want to pick Badu like by a split, man. But I don't know, because once again, people can criticize, and I'm not going to get mad. They can criticize Kovalev, say he quit, and like they lost respect for him and all this other stuff. But Elidio Alvarez, Adonis Stevenson made him a millionaire just by sitting. Stevenson.
You got a lot of paydays off not that fight happening.
Right. And then dude just said, no more payoffs, fight me. And they like, well, he's going to fight Jack. And Kovalev was like, well, I'll fight you. And so they're fighting each other. And I'm like, you know, way back when Kovalev wanted to fight and he came with the chickens and stuff because he switched networks. Kovalev.
He went to
Showtime. And that's when that Russian billionaire guy was going to step in because Kathy Duva, she needed to win the first bid. And
yes.
Yeah, and then she kind of messed up too, but at the time. Boy, you know what? I'm gonna answer that Friday on air, but I think I flopped and went to Stevenson.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking Badu Jack too, but I watched the fight, and I know it's an old fight, but it was Badu Jack versus a guy named Derek Edwards.
Derek Edwards, yeah, man.
He gave Badu Jack the stanky leg, man. And I saw that, and I thought to myself, the way Badu Jack fights, if Stevenson can just get enough room to land that big straight left hand, it's nice, man, lights out. I just don't know if Badu Jack gonna be able to fight on the inside. I think Stevenson gonna get enough room to land that shot.
Yeah, man, because Edwards caught him on the equilibrium.
Oh my God!
And then when dude got up and was like, "I'm all right," but he kept leaning, going sideways, like, "Nah, you're not all right."
Yeah.
He's like,
then
"No,
he fell over again. He went head first. The referee said, "Hell no, we gotta stop this." And I saw that, you know, and I was like, "No, dude, no way." And I want Stevenson to lose too, because I think it'll be the best thing for the division. Because I think Badu Jack will actually fight some people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Badu, man, he just seems to have. He's like the only TMT fighter that seems like he's distanced himself from Floyd. What I mean is, he's still cool with Floyd. Floyd's a promoter. Floyd comes to his fights, but he just, even when he's in the gym, man, a couple times. Ooh, man, I just watched Kevin Durant. Just, oh my God,
he going off?
He just cut Harden up without using the Harden elbow to get himself free. But yeah, oh my God. Anyway, he just seems to be a renegade in that gym. Just a different guy. He don't seem to hang with any. Like you go in the gym every day, you'll see. Or you would see Mickey Bay. This one dude that used to always pick on people, Jalen Love. And all, damn, he just cut hard up. Oh my God. But anyway, I ain't gonna keep you on, man. What else you got for me, man? We ain't gonna stay on here too much longer.
I was trying to think of another fight I was thinking of that's coming up real soon. What about Gary Russell, Joseph Diaz?
Yeah, I'll be at that Saturday.
Damn, that's lucky actually, dude. You at all the fights, man.
Well, that's not too far from me, man. But no, I'm gonna tell you, I heat up like around March, April, May, June, July, and then it just slows down, buddy. Till maybe I went to a nice couple December fights. I went to 3 fights in 3 weeks, but nah, man. I'm hoping that we do this Mississippi thing. And if we do, Well, I guess I'm not supposed to mention things about that, but I'll let you know, man.
Yeah, that'd be sweet, man. Because down here, yeah, the last good fight we had down here was the damn Mike Tyson Lewis fight.
Oh yeah, Memphis at the Triangle, the Pyramid. Yeah.
Yeah. That was the last good fight we had down here.
Wow, that's
actually, I saw Roy Jones almost die against Glenn Johnson. That might have been.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude.
Yeah, we all went to that fight. You know, everybody here was, man, Roy's gonna kill this dude, man. Glenn Johnson damn near killed Roy Jones. I thought he was dead.
I saw the cleanup crew sweeping up, and they were stepping over Roy, man. He still had one up. And
oh man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's
Man, I appreciate you getting me on here, man. You know, I always watch your videos and stuff, man. It's good to chat with you, man.
Oh yeah. We I'm gonna make a move in the future. I'll tell you about it. And I gotta mail these T-shirts out too. There'll be more. There'll be more. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna see if you're interested in being a part of this thing where we see. We're gonna try to go to the next level.
All right, man. I appreciate all the help, man. I definitely do, man.
Oh yeah, nah. It's going down. It's going down. But by what is this? This is mid 2018. By a year and a half, man. By 2020, the world's gonna know who the Fight Journal. The world's gonna know who Duke Oden is. And 7458 ain't gonna be no looking back.
Sure enough, appreciate it.
And but we'll see, man. Maybe next time we talk, we'll have a deal in place.
Okay.
I doubt
it. Sound like a winner, man. Oh no, yeah, it's gonna be a deal in place. It's gonna be a deal in place. I say within the next 2 weeks, it's gonna be a deal in place. But I'm starting to lean like it's not gonna be the next fight because I didn't count the months like you did. I didn't think about it like that. Hell, that's 10 months to December, so it almost seems like the Brazil talk is legit.
Man, as far as I know, I think that Brazil contract is signed, sealed, and delivered. Now, you can always because I think it's signed, but if it's not, or if it is, you can always say, all right, look, Dominic, here's X amount of dollars for your trouble, and I'll catch up to you after I'm undisputed. Or if not, then you be first in line to fight the undisputed guy, or something like that. AJ's not gonna be able to keep all the belts for forever because, like, if he won, or even if Wilder won, because the IBF is saying you got to do it by this date. WBO is like, nah, you got to fight such and such 1 month after the IBF title fight. Eventually, you're just gonna have to get the belts up.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. How these damn sanctioning bodies, man. You almost wonder they're gonna let us have a damn unified undisputed champion.
Yeah, boy.
Everybody want a piece of the pie.
Yep. You show them enough, you can.
Yeah.
So let me see. Let me get your. Let's see. So you got Brazil. I'm getting your picks on record. You got Brazil stopping Wilder. You got Horn stopping Crawford. You got Horn stopping Crawford. Okay.
Hey, look, you trying to keep your undefeated streak going. I seen your streak. You ain't lost in a year or two. Sound like.
You got Amir Khan stopping Canelo in a rematch. Okay. All right,
hey,
we got him on record.
I got Campo beating Spence too. I called it.
Okay.
Oh man, that's gonna be easy work.
Yeah, man. So
easy work.
I ain't gonna lie, man. 2018, it hasn't been as bad as I thought. At least through 6
No, it's actually been pretty good.
Yeah. Because after 17, it was like, man, y'all not gonna come close. But 17 and 18 ain't been bad, man. Ain't been bad.
You know, just got to get more of the guys at 154 to start mixing it up. You know, it's mostly the Heyman guys that we need to start fighting each other.
And then now that the one kid who stopped Ali, you would want to see him in with some of them dudes, but it's that HBO Showtime thing. And here's where Eddie Hearn comes in. Because if you sign with him, then it's like, well, this HBO guy can fight this Showtime guy, and it'll have to be on whatever. I don't know. He might be the glue to saying you got to do this one on HBO. Not being a Showtime guy. But it happened with Jarrell Miller and Daniel Jacobs. They went from Showtime to HBO. So
HBO. You got to go where the money's at, man.
Got to go where the money.
Got to go where the money's at, dude. If Eddie Hearn got the money and he want to give you the money, you got to take the money. I heard dudes on YouTube saying, no, don't sign with Hearn. What? If he's got the money, he's going to get you the best fights. Why would you not sign with him?
Hearn is just as much BS as any other guy, but
they're all promoters,
man. Right.
Yeah, they're all promoters. They're all full of crap. If you think any guy ain't full of crap as a promoter, then, like, again, you'll sign a $50 million contract without knowing where in the hell the money's coming from. It's crazy, man. Crazy talk, man.
Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather.
I think Floyd was bluffing with the Lomachenko talk. I think he was just trying to scare Tank to shut the hell up.
You know what that's all about, right?
I don't.
I'll tell you off. I'll tell you.
Somebody said it's about a girl.
It's a couple. It's a couple of girls, but it's. I'm gonna tell you off the phone.
Okay, cool.
All right, man. What else you got?
Man, that's it, man. I just appreciate the conversation, man. I love talking boxing. Man, it's good stuff. Good stuff.
All right, listeners, you make sure you check out the DukeOden7458 on YouTube. And you a Duke fan or?
Nah, man. My son's nickname was Duke, and I just always went with that handle, man.
Not a
no
Duke fan. Okay.
No royalty in my blood.
I won't hold that against you. But, all right, man. It's good chatting with you, man. That's real enjoyable, bro. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Take it easy, brother.
You too, Doc.
All right.